Alright, back in the bike room. It's almost a week after the 400K Brevet from San Francisco to Hopland, and I put together a video to talk about that ride, and I'll recap after the end with some thoughts about my PBP preparation. So here goes.
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, how you doing? I'm doing a bunch of these.
All right, here at the start of the 400K from Golden Gate Bridge, which is right over there, to Hopland, which is way, way up there. 250 miles more or less. Hoping to finish in about 20 hours. Start is about 20 minutes or so away. I've got my Brevet card, got my bike all set, ready to go. Just kind of chatting with other riders who are here waiting for the start. We'll see you out on the road. Alright, so we're stopped here on the side of the road. Scott felt something wrong with his bike, so he pulled over and found out that his crank arm was coming loose. Who knows why? But it's an important tip. If you feel something going wrong with your bike, stop and fix it, because it's just going to get worse. So you ready, Scott?
We're ready to roll.
All right. So about a little over 2 hours into the ride, just crested a little hill back there, and we're heading down now toward Petaluma. And up here on the left, about another couple miles, is the cheese factory, so that's a local landmark. Nice weather so far, not too cold, a little fog back there, but that's kind of to be expected for this area. It is beautiful here in Marin County. Really a gorgeous place to ride. Just so pretty, and the roads are very nice. Not too much traffic yet. So I'm going to ride down the road here a little ways. Maybe wait for Scott. He's a little bit behind me. Trying to ride comfortably. It's a long day. I was trying to remind myself, there's no need to go really fast in the morning, because we'll be out here for a long time. Oh, there it is, yeah.
Yeah, I've been there, feels like hundreds of times. I have a menu of things. If you don't see it out, let me know and I will get it out for you. There's pie. We have the ham and cheese, the ham and butter sandwiches, the official.
Just turned on to Joy Road. So it's flat here, but it's going to get wicked steep. A little ways up here, and it's going to stay that way for a while. Probably the worst climb on the whole course, so we're glad when this is over. Alright, Joy Road. And yeah, it's pretty steep.
How steep is it?
Too steep.
My GPS measured 20% on one leg. One section. Car up.
All right, it's leveling off, but this is not the top. More to come. Alright, so 11:30 and just pulled into Occidental. So I don't think we're going to stop here. As I recall, the more common stop is a little bit down the road. So there's some nice downhill, and then we'll have to stop down there someplace. So making good progress. Joy Road is behind me. Always glad for that. Okay, here we are, Safeway in Guerneville. It's noontime. Still making good time, and I'm looking for some stuff to eat. I would love some rice pudding. Gotta go find that. Definitely some fluids. Alright, I'm looking for some kombucha. And here we go. Right. So that. Well, I just left the Safeway at Guerneville. And yeah, well, as usual, that took a little longer than I wanted it to. I was looking for rice pudding and I just could not find it there in the store, so I've got some other stuff. Got a few yogurt things, some salted caramel milk, which was really good, a little kombucha. I find that the liquid stuff like that, especially the yogurts, like the drinkable yogurts, have a lot of calories there, and they're really easy to get down, so save time eating. So I was there for about a half an hour altogether, but you figure that's a lunch stop, so it's not too bad. Anyway, back on the road, heading for Cloverdale, and then the next control is Hopland. That's the turnaround point. So we'll see how things go. Ride's going well so far. The weather couldn't be better. It's really nice out today. SFR finally got a good day after several really rainy brevets. Just getting into Cloverdale. Now the next control isn't here. It's all the way at the turnaround up in Hopland. But there's a market up here that everyone usually stops at, and I think I will get some more stuff to drink, get a little something to eat. There's a bit of climbing between here and Hopland. Once we get there and turn around, the terrain gets a lot gentler than it has been so far. We're going down kind of the middle of the valley on the way back, so not quite as hilly. Not quite as many rollers. So I'm looking forward to that. And right now, I'm about half mile away from the market. See you there. So I'm almost at the top of the climb before we get to Mountain House or Mountain Home. Stopped to take a little break here and found this nice little scene. So, time to get back on the bike. Alright, 7:30, and we're skirting the south side of Cloverdale. So a few hours ago we were over there on the other side of the freeway, and now we're going back this way. So we're heading right now toward Geyserville, probably make a quick stop there, and then the next control is going to be in Healdsburg at the Safeway. So we stopped a little while back. Scott had a slow leak in his rear tire, so we put a new tube in, got the tire on, and it doesn't want to go on quite right, so he's kind of seeing how that's working, and maybe we'll have to take it off again up here at the next stop. Sun's just starting to set behind the mountains. It's already getting cooler, and I'm probably going to start putting on my stuff again. I took my vest and my arm warmers off earlier today. These are kind of sunscreen arm warmers. And then we ride into the night. Well, here I am back at the cheese factory. Let's check the time here. It's about 1:30 a.m. and obviously they're closed, which is a shame because they make really good cheese. And anyway, I didn't get a video of this on the way out, so here it is on the way back. The world famous Rouge et Noir cheese factory. Well, here I am, Golden Gate Bridge, 3:20 a.m. So I'm heading for 21 and a half hours. Not a bad time. Last little incline is right here, up to the midpoint of the bridge, and then coast on down to the finish. So hope you all enjoyed this video. I'll talk a little bit about lessons learned, and then we'll go to the closing credits. See you there. So all in all, a great ride. Looking back at years past, you can go on the RUSA website if you've done brevets in the past and see what your times were on the various routes. I was, well, a couple hours slower than I was the last time, but only half an hour slower than I was in 2011. So 2015, I finished a couple hours faster than I did this year. 2011 was only about a half an hour faster, so that's a good sign that I'm still reasonably kind of in the same range. I did spend, well, almost a half an hour helping Scott with some mechanical issues on his bike, and as usual made some longish stops at some of the controls. If you saw in the video, I was like wandering around Guerneville Safeway trying to find rice pudding, which I just really like to eat on rides. I just could not find it. Some other takeaways from the ride. Well, the bike worked very well. I was riding my Blue Singer, which you've seen in my first video about bike choice. So the bike worked great. The lighting system on that was just fantastic. Made it very easy to ride at night, actually at speed sometimes. So in terms of the one issue that has plagued me most, particularly this year, that which is chafing, turned out reasonably well this time. I reapplied lubricant a few times. Again, I could have paid better attention to it, but I think I did a reasonably good job. Finished feeling not too bad down in that area. Other than that, even though I'm going a little slower than I was a couple, 4 years ago, I guess, felt great on the climbs, felt good most of the day. So that is my 400K Brevet. There's one more to go. That's the 600K. I'm planning on doing the Davis Bike Club's ride from Davis up to Antelope Lake and back. It's basically an out and back course. Should be interesting. The first, 50, 60, 80 miles or so are pretty much dead flat up the Central Valley from Davis to Oroville. At that point, you start climbing up into the mountains. It gets really pretty going up the Feather River Canyon. So I'm looking forward to that. I've never been in a car on that road, never been on a bike.
And hopefully that will complete my Brevet series, and I'll be all set to go to France. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit that like button down there. If you want to see future videos in my PBP tips series, which is going to continue all the way through PBP, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And thank you to everybody who let me hit 1,000 subscribers this week. Definitely appreciate all of you watching, and hope you keep coming back and that you like the content that you find here. So that's it. I will see you on the road, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.